In a remote village, hidden between hills and rivers, lived a woman with a feared name, Kamba. To the outside world, she was the quiet wife of Asana, a respected and honest man, and the loving mother of their only son, Ciolo. But behind the walls of her home, Kamba lived a double life, a life steeped in darkness. One moonless night, driven by a thirst for power and recognition, Kamba made a pact with the forces of darkness. In exchange for immense power, she offered the one thing she cherished most, her own husband. But dark magic always comes with a price. Kamba developed a strange and twisted obsession with her son, Ciolo. He was all she had left, her blood, her light, and perhaps her next offering. She refused to let him love anyone else. No woman was ever good enough. Every fiancé he chose mysteriously fell ill, vanished, or was frightened away. On a warm morning, in the bustle of the village market, Ciolo walked between the stalls. He greeted the vendors, bought a few fruits, and then spotted Ayo, his childhood friend. Ciolo, Ayo called out with a smile. They sat down on an old bench in the market, watching the crowd pass by. After a moment of silence, Ayo turned to him and asked, "Tell me, Ciolo, why aren't you married yet?" Ciolo let out a long sigh. He looked down at the ground and replied softly, "It's not me, Ayo. It's my mother. She's already driven away 4 of my fiancés. Each time, she humiliates them, threatens them. And they leave." Ayo stayed quiet, stunned. The market kept buzzing around them, but a heavy silence had just fallen between their hearts. The silence still hung between them when Ayo gently placed a hand on Ciolo's shoulder. "Listen to me, my brother," he said calmly. "If one day you meet another woman, a woman who truly loves you, don't let her go, not this time." Ciolo looked up, surprised by the weight of those words. "Even if your mother tries to stop it again, you have to fight. Love is worth defending." It was a quiet afternoon. The sun gently kissed the trees, and the river sang softly between the stones. Ciolo, as usual, walked alone, his heart a little heavy. That's when he saw her, for the very first time, Amaya. She was by the river, doing laundry, her hands deep in the clear water, her face calm and focused. She hadn't noticed him yet. The wind played with her hair, and the sunlight touched her skin like a quiet blessing. Ciolo stopped. He forgot the world. Then their eyes met. Amaya looked up, curious, almost amused. Ciolo, slightly nervous, smiled. She smiled back. And right there, in that silent moment, without a single word, their love story began. Kamba felt the bond forming, and her powers trembled. She tried to interfere, to sow doubt, to create obstacles. But this time, Ciolo stood firm. They married in secret. But Kamba, enraged and blinded by her old pacts, decided to make Amaya her next sacrifice. One night, as she called upon the spirits in her dark chamber, Ciolo, suspicious, followed her and saw everything. He watched his own mother summon shadows to take his wife's life. Shattered but resolute, he knew silence could no longer protect anyone. The next day, before the entire village, Ciolo spoke. He revealed everything: the pact, the murder of his father, the manipulation, and the new sacrifice. At first, the villagers were in disbelief. But when they turned to Kamba, she trembled. She tried to deny it, then collapsed. She cried, screamed, and in a broken voice, confessed it all. Then, a strange wind swept through the village square. The sky darkened, a deep rumble echoed. Kamba screamed one last time before her body was swallowed by the very darkness she had once embraced. The next evening, a peaceful presence entered Ciolo and Amaya's home. It was the pastor. He laid his hands on them, prayed with passion, and asked God to cover them with his divine protection. It was a simple prayer, but a powerful one, a moment of faith that would shape their future. The time went by. Cielo and Amaya had 2 children, a boy and a girl. Their home was filled with joy, love and peace.